Welcome to May's Launch Lab. Very excited to be here today with you. We're going to be talking all about print on demand. So if you are here live, I would love to hear from you in the chat. Hi, Rachel. Yeah, welcome everyone. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Like I said, we're going to talk about how to use print on demand. If you're completely new to print on demand, you don't even know what that is yet, then this session will be very helpful for you. And even if you already are familiar, maybe you've experimented a little bit, this will just teach you more, give you some more ideas. So hello, welcome. I'm Shelly of Launch Party. If we have not yet met, Launch Party is an e-commerce design studio, and I'm also the creator of Shop School, which is an online program that teaches you how to build, launch, and optimize your own Shopify store. And I also have over 10 years of experience. Here's a picture. If I met you at Ultimate Product Party, which was last week, welcome. That was me at my roundtable reviewing other people's websites, which was very fun, other Shopify websites. And I've worked with product-based businesses for over 10 years and helped them make more sales online in a variety of different ways. And Launch Lab is my monthly free series that you're here at right now to explore different topics for your product business. So without further ado, let's talk about print on demand. So we're going to talk about how to use print on demand to build your brand, grow your community, and increase your revenue. But first, if you're not familiar, what is print on demand, often referred to with the acronym POD? It is a way to sell products that you can customize with your design, but you do not make these products yourself, or you don't store them or ship them yourself. And I'm going to get into some more details of how this actually works. So here are the different steps for print on demand. Number one, you upload your original design or artwork to a print on demand platform. So you do have to create something that will be printed, and we're going to talk more about that in a moment. Then you select a product that you can put your art or your original design on. There's lots of different products to choose from. And then you can order a sample. This is not technically required, but I strongly recommend that you do order a sample of whatever it is that you make and that you intend to sell so that you can see it in person, make sure it looks like you want it to look. And then step number 4 is you list it for sale on your Shopify store. So you're going to sync with however your print on demand platform works. Usually a Shopify app will sync with your Shopify store to send data from the print on demand company, or to send data from your Shopify store to the print on demand company. And then step number 5 is a customer orders from your Shopify store, and then the print on demand platform will print and ship the order to the customer. So let me know if you have any questions about how this process actually works. Okay, so there are some pros and cons of print on demand. So the biggest pro is that you can test out products. You can see, do my customers actually want hats from me, for instance, like we see in this picture here. And it's a really easy, minimal risk, simple way to offer different products in your store. And you can see if they're going to actually work for your business. Like point number 2, it's minimal risk. You do not have to order a certain amount of inventory or store any of these products. And you don't have order minimums because they are being printed individually with each order. And that's a huge, huge plus. You don't have to pack or ship these products. That's being taken care of for you by the print on demand platform, which is really nice. So if your store is only print on demand, then you may not hold any inventory. You may not have to do any packing or shipping yourself at all. And it works seamlessly with Shopify. So the customer experience is great. Someone orders from your Shopify store. They don't necessarily know or have to know that it is not being supplied directly by you. And the print on demand platform will send that for you. And lastly, there's lots of options for products. There are so many different platforms that you can use, specialty, general, and otherwise. We're going to talk about some of the platforms in a second. But there's just tons of options. is the point here. There's lots of different ways that you can incorporate print on demand with all of these different types of products into your business. So now let's get to the cons, and there are some. So number one is that it's expensive. There's a high cost to print on demand, which makes sense because we're not holding this inventory, which would cost less money. We're not shipping them ourselves, and things are being printed individually. Products are being printed individually. So that does come at a higher cost. The profit margins are something you really need to consider with print on demand to make sure that it's actually going to be profitable for you when someone purchases one of your products. There are shipping costs with print on demand that you either have to price into your products or have your customer pay. And there's also longer lead times. So with these print on demand products, you will see approximate lead times, but they tend to be what I've seen at least on average 8 days, sometimes up to 12 to 14 days. So they can take a little bit longer to actually get to your customer than a customer may expect. So that's something that you'll definitely need to make sure to communicate with your customer so that they know what's happening and where their product is. You also can't customize the packaging much. So I say much because you do usually, this is going to depend on your platform, have options to add your logo, for instance, but that tends to be the maximum that you can do. So you can't get fancy or fun with your packaging very easily, and you can't add little extra things. Like if you want to maybe add a sticker or something like that, that's not something you can do with print on demand because you are not packaging yourself. That's all being taken care of by the platform provider, which also leads to that you can't do your own quality checks. So that's why it's super important that you have ordered a sample of your product, but even still, you aren't able to see that product before it gets in your customer's hands when someone orders it, since they are doing all of that part for you. So you can't verify and make sure that this is exactly what you want it to look like before it gets to your customer, which is a negative. So here are some platform options to consider with print on demand. These four that I've included the logos for are really the main biggest options. However, there are so many more. So Printful is a super popular one. It's one I personally use. I know some of my clients use it. There's also Printify, Guten, and SPOD. So those are some heavy hitters that you can consider when you're first looking. And then if you have specialty needs, then there are so many specialty print on demand platforms. So make sure to do research about all of the different options for your own particular niche, because there's probably more options than you may realize at first. But these are some good general ones to get started with. Those top four are good to consider and get a sense of pricing and products, etc. So what can you make with print on demand? There are so many options. So some of popular products include t-shirts, hats, tote bags, mugs, stickers, prints, and cards. Those are really popular. You will often see them as additions to other to stores, and they're products that would be great to test out and experiment depending on your own product categories. But what should you make? So you'll need to consider your current product line. What would actually fit in? I'm going to give you some ideas in a few slides that may be surprising. You also need to consider your product price points. So if most of your products are very, very inexpensive, but then in order to make print on demand actually work for your business, you need to charge triple, then that may or may not work. But again, like we said, it's super easy to experiment with this and see if it's actually going to work and people will actually buy it. And then this is really important, the last point here, you need to consider your resources for creating artwork or original designs. So this is something that a lot of business owners can do themselves, particularly art-based business owners, illustrator business owners, or design-based business owners. Then this is something that may be really easy to test out, especially with your actual artwork. But if this is something you may have to hire someone for to create an original design, then that's something to consider, whether or not you have the capacity or resources to do yourself. Okay, so now we're at the part where I want to just give you ideas of different options for businesses that I have seen. Now, I don't know that these are actual print on demand products from these businesses. Most of these are pretty big businesses, so they probably aren't. They probably make these in-house. However, these are products that you could incorporate within your own business. They're products that can be printed on demand, so that's why I want to show these examples. So first we have from Allbirds on the left. That's a t-shirt. So Allbirds is a sneaker company, and this is a great example of a different type of product that can grow your brand because it's something that people are going to wear, and it says All Good Run Club. So this is definitely fostering a sense of community as well. It's kind of doing double duty here because it's something people could talk about and share about, and it's making them part of the brand here by being able to be literally part of the club. Next, we have this is a company called Within that is an acupuncture studio. And I know they do fertility acupuncture. So they also sell onesies, among other different sweatshirts, hats, bags, water bottles. But I wanted to show this onesie as an example here that is AccuBaby Within. So it does have the logo. Note that not all of these products will have the logo for the business. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But this is definitely a conversation starter onesie that someone could share. Yeah, I actually went to Within. They helped me with my fertility, and now here's my baby. Like here's the literal product of working with Within and going to Within. So that's a really fun one there. And then on the right is Biscuit Love, which is a restaurant. I actually just went there when I was there in Nashville. It was delicious. They have a lot of different products that you can wear, and people do like wearing and sharing, like, oh, yeah, I went here when I was in like the little story I just told, and sharing with people about these businesses that they've interacted with, and they're actually growing the brand for them, for the businesses. So this is a patch, Breakfast for Good. That's their tagline. And then their logo is Biscuit Love. Okay, now we're going to talk about building community with print on demand products. And again, I don't think these products are actually printed on demand, but they give you ideas for ways you could incorporate that. So this is a really unique one over on the left. Henry Rose is a pretty elegant fragrance company. And right now, this is featured on the top of their homepage as of a couple days ago when I was making this. And it's Henry Rose and Dylan's T-shirt club. So they've collaborated with 9-year-old t-shirt designer Dylan to create a limited edition collection of hand-drawn designs of our 4 best-selling fragrances. So this is a really fun idea. So if you are making perfume or skincare, you may not think, well, t-shirt is a natural next option, but it really can be. And I love this idea of doing something creative and out of the box and just different, like this example with Dylan's T-shirt club. And then on the right is a smaller business called Kira Moon Skincare. I have loved their marketing for a long time. And this is a tote bag that they have. And this is, again, just bringing people in. So the Self-Love Club. And again, it's skincare, but it's a tote bag. And it's a fun way to share with other people, you know, bringing this tote around. Yeah, I got this from Kira Moon. They make their own skincare, and how fun, you know, like this Self-Love Club. It's a really cute design. I believe this was an artist collaboration and looks really great. So a tote bag, a t-shirt, those are a patch. Those are really good product ideas for ways you could incorporate and kind of expand what you're selling and able to bring people in to your community and your brand mission. And then lastly, of course, you also want to increase your revenue. So some more examples here of just fun, different print on demand ideas that can not only grow your brand, bring people into your community, but increase your bottom line. So we have on the left the Poppy drink brand, which is a prebiotic soda brand, and they sell this sweatshirt set that is big flavor energy. They do have Poppy, the logo on the front, kind of small. It's not super emphasized here. And then next we have Levan Bakery in New York, and they have a series of different kind of New York. This is great when you're a local brand, especially, and so that people might want to share that they went to this city and think of the city related to your business and brand. And this is a fun tote bag for them with a New York taxi. And then lastly, we have Walking Around the Block. This is another drink company called Recess, and they have things like this, like these socks that are just kind of sharing the message of recess, which is calm, cool, and collected. So there's all sorts of different ways that you can incorporate all sorts of fun products that are going to do more for your business than just be another product in your product line, potentially. Okay, so I have some more resources for you, and I'd love to hear from you in the chat if you're here live. If you have missed it, I have a blog post that has a roundup of different ideas as well and places to get started with print on demand. And then I also made a tutorial that's on YouTube that is me adding a product to Printful and then sharing it on Shopify. So you can see the whole step-by-step process for how to actually do this in your store and make a product available for sale. Okay, so thank you so much. I'm gonna answer. I know I have a question here from Kathleen. If you have any questions that you want to ask in the chat or in this ask a question box, please do. So Kathleen says, would you recommend getting your Shopify store up and running before having a marketing plan? That's an interesting question, Kathleen. Guess I'd say no, because your marketing plan is really essential. And in Shop School, I like to do the marketing plan, a very simplified marketing plan before actually launching your store, because you do have to consider so many parts of that when you are building your store. Your marketing plan is involved because you'll need to think about what products you want to feature the most, what products you want to have at the top. Those are things that you want to be known for, and they are relevant to your marketing plan. With that being said, I don't want someone to spend like 6 months trying to get a really solid marketing plan, because your marketing plan, just like your Shopify store, will evolve and will grow with you as you build your business. So yes, to having a simple plan for one, what you want to be known for, your brand, etc., those types of basics and brand pillars. And then also for considering and thinking about how you want to get people to find you. That's the another essential part of your marketing plan. Maybe that's going to involve a blog. You don't have to launch your store with a blog, but knowing that you will have a blog and that's going to be your plan after you've launched your Shopify store to add, it's just something that's helpful to know. So think about a really simple basic plan in general, then build your store. And I do teach that in Shop School if you want more resources for that. So Rachel said, Shop School is one of the best investments I made in my business. I highly recommend it. Shelly's training breaks it down and makes it less overwhelming. Well, thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate that. And I love having you in Shop School. Yes, thanks, Alexa. I will see you next time. Thank you, CJ. So glad that you all could be here. Oh, Jennifer said, I joined yesterday and it's already worth every penny. Oh, that's so awesome, Jennifer. Thank you and welcome to Shop School. I'm thrilled that you're in Shop School. And I know I have a question that I'm going to answer from you later too. Okay, well, thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you next month in Launch Lab.